We just getting started on the kickback. Jazzi Black, let's get it going.
Just been pushing the album. You know, everybody been responding to it real well. So just
that whole fire as fuck. And I'm out here in Texas, so well, first of all, my name is Jazzi Black. I'm the midday personality on 97.9 The Beat. I'm here in Dallas, but it's so cool to see new West Coast come out and come out like swinging. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I honestly don't feel like you missed. Since I first heard you, I think I first heard you like shit. It was like before the OPM smash up. I heard you on who knows, some old ass dumb shit. But and I remember hearing your voice, and I was like, "Who's that?" Like who is this? And now to see your growth, and what I'm saying, like Big Bang and OPM. What is it like to just be a part of the label? Because it's just you, J305 and Dom, huh? Ain't nobody else.
So yeah.
That is epic, and I mean, it's got to be tough to get in that kind of room. What was it like, to just be able to meet with them, and they'd be like, "Shit, we want you on the squad."
I mean, honestly, like it's crazy because like right when I met them, I graduated from high school. So I met them in 2012. I graduated from high school. I went to Fairfax High School. It's on like a major block called Fairfax, where like a lot of the stores are.
I heard of Fairfax. I got a flea market over there, huh?
Exactly.
You went to that high school right there by the flea market?
That's where the flea market is. It's in the high school.
Okay, that hoe is live too.
Yeah. No, so that's where I went to high school at. And honestly, I like not even to like, brag about myself, but I was just a fly kid at school that everybody would like talk about and just be like, "Oh yeah, bro, got the new shoes or the new Supreme shirt or whatever." You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I always just felt like I was different, you know what I'm saying? And it just led me to doing music. And we had mutual peers between me and Dom, and I opened up for like I didn't even have like one or two songs out. I think I had like probably like 2 or 3 songs like on SoundCloud at the time. And this was like 12, and I opened up for his producer's listening party, and I did like 2 songs. And then Dom seen me, he was in the crowd, and he was like this nigga hard. Like I fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like a month after that, like he invited me to a studio in Fairfax, and that's when we did PG Click. And it was on the Yellow album. Yeah, it was on the Yellow album. And then from the Yellow album, shit, he just took me on tour with him, and then we did Young Nation Volume 1, and it was history ever since. Like we just started.
Volume 1 was hard too. Look, I'm a fan, so that's why I'm like, look, I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty. That is epic as hell though. So now, you know what I'm saying? When it checked out Winter Tape hard, you dropped it the day after my birthday, so I was like, yes. Thank you. Yeah. So were you like nervous because it's been a little minute since you you have played forever, but you know what I'm saying? Like I think pushing music through a pandemic is gotta be like crazy as hell. So like how have you been like navigating that? I mean, of course, like Winter Tape is kind of like doing its own thing, but Play Forever was probably a little different, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. It was like when we made Player Forever, it was like right when everything shut down. So we had to like sneak to the studio. Like people were kind of even scared to go outside their house. Like, this was like like everybody was like shutting the blinds, shutting everything. Like nobody was outside. So it was difficult. But with the Winter's Tape, I kind of just like studied more so like everything that I like felt like I didn't do. And everything I did do right, I kind of combined everything and just elevated that and like put more into this album, because I kind of just felt like overall with the sound, everything with the balance on like the transitionings to the songs, with everything, I just spent more time with that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that much time during the pandemic when everything first cracked off with Player Forever. Like my engineer, he got a son, so he was going home to his son all the time.
Yeah.
He's like a father, so it was like a lot of things going on to where I couldn't just spend as much time as I could in the studio and perfect the craft. You know what I'm saying? So with the Winter's Tape, I made sure like we did like 8 mixes for every for every song on the thing. You know what I'm saying, on the album. So yeah, I'm a real technical guy. Like I like to sit there and make sure that like
I see. I saw the I've been keeping up with your docu series, and you just kind of showing like the whole process of you going into the studio and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's like, and on the side of me on like radio and stuff, I do videos. And sometimes I have those clients that just want to sit there the whole time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me work. But I think it's different when you're an artist. You're like, no, hell no. I want to put this right there. I want her voice to come in here. I want this right there. You know, what is that process like, just being in the studio? And how do you, I mean, are you a control freak, or how do you kind of like keep that balance of being like, okay, I want to be in control, but I also want to have, you know, input, because, you know, you want to have other ears and other eyes too.
No, definitely. And I think with me, it's more so about like when I naturally hear something, I just let it play out. But then like when it comes down to like the mixing, I'm like more of the control freak there. Like, cause like
Yeah.
you're like coming down to like making sure the record is like all together. Like I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, take that out, and I'm gonna not like even feel no type of ways about it. Like it's been even some verses that we had.
Exactly, goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? If it just doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. If the song
Yeah.
sounds better without it, then it's just better without it. And I think like you really can't have no feelings when you dealing with like getting down to that part with the music. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, yeah, I'm open. Like I let people try things. We could lay a couple things on the track, and after I listen to it a couple times, I'm like, all right, let's take this out. Let's add this. I know what to do now. Let's bring her in right there. And it's a process. Like not everything's just always ever gonna be done in one day. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think like, the best records that I ever did was more so like done, when you come back to it and just keep improving it over time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I give myself enough time to like really like figure out what I truly want and what I don't want.
That makes sense. How do you go through with, finding your voice? I think a lot of artists, go through these transitions where they start here and then, even just, outside noise and, different artists wanting to keep up with whatever the sound that is relevant now. But, you kind of pretty much managed to like stay true to yourself. And I think, once you kind of figure out like what that, sound is, whatever, you like, okay, like this is it.
Right.
So how did you figure out like, okay, I think this is like my vibe?
I think more so it was more about like building a real relationship with the producers. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you young, you just like, man, let me hop on this, let me hop on that, let me hop on this.
Everything sound cool as shit.
Right. And it's like, it's cool. But then like when you build a relationship with like producers who like, man, I'm making this just for you, bro. Like I ain't sending this out to nobody. I'm just, like this is our sound. This is like what we are making. And I think it's like a 10 times, it's a 10 times better on the outcome as far as the art. And with me, like it was more so about just finding them couple producers. Like my homie Doc Uno, he not even from Los Angeles. He's from New York. But he would just send me like beats. Like he was like, bro, this is just for you. Like I made this just for you. This is all, you know what I'm saying? So when I feel like something is like custom made for me, you kind of take it a little bit more serious, opposed to when you hear like them tight beats, like, like a Future type beat, or like, or whatever. Like
I like the tight beats, but sometimes they be like hit or miss. You be like,
yeah. And the artist kind of, you could hear like some artists try to do like something that they heard on somebody else's song or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's the most
shit never works. And as a consumer, it just be kind of crazy being on like one side, but still being like, no, like I still am like a fan of a lot of people that I even get to like interview and stuff. But it's crazy to be on, the other side, and then and you like, like of course we love when artists are able to explore, different sounds, and they're like, I just kind of want to try something new. But you also know when there's some shit that's like, that ain't it, fam. Like that ain't it.
For real. And I had a couple moments like that, to be honest, like where, I mean, as an artist, organically, you're gonna have to do that because you like, all right, we ain't gonna step on that territory no more. Like I know where my is at, you know what I'm saying? But I did that early on in my career, and I'm glad that like I did it early on, because now like we taking flight with everything we do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know myself, and I knew myself then, but like you would still try things as a younger artist. Like you in your early 20s, you just want to make like a little, something that just sounds catchy or a cool little song that everybody's like, but at the end of the day, I'm more so thinking about like the longevity now. Like, how's my shit gonna sound 20 years later? You know what I'm saying? How is it gonna sound when I'm not even here? Like, are people still gonna enjoy this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to be able to tell the year on my music. That's one thing about me now. I don't want them to be like, oh, this was made in 2021. I want them to be like, man, when did this come out? Like, this sounds crazy, you know?
No, that's really cool though, because I think whenever you really start like developing, you know, like your whole being that like surrounds like your artistry, you know, we appreciate those types of things just like as fans, and being able to, you know, have somebody out there that's like speaking for you, you know what I'm saying? It's like be a voice. You know, how important is it to you, you know, to kind of like be that voice now, especially for like, you know, like this whole new West Coast era. And also, you know, speaking on, you know what I'm saying, like yo, fly shit only, like, you know, you do want to be fly, but it's not just about being popular, you know what I'm saying? Also like having purpose. So, you know, how do you navigate through those waters, especially now? Because I mean, like winter tape is like crazy as hell. So I already know that people finna be in your face and it's just finna be like crazy as hell. And of course, like you want, like, that's what you want, but it's also like, you know, that's not really what I'm doing this shit for at the same time.
Yeah, and I make that clear too, even in the music. I'm like, I said on one song, like, I didn't choose this life, it chose me. And more so just because I kind of felt like, you know, when you're already doing something and you kind of successful, even just being yourself as an individual, like I never had a job, and I never like,
you never had a job?
I never had a job. Like I always
never had one job.
Never had one job. Like I always just
hustling, son. What was you doing?
I mean, honestly, it's been like I said, right after I graduated, I got with the music. So like
damn.
I built the brand, and I more so was like, man, like we can figure out a way amongst each other. Like, you know, these kids and these people, they want to look up to somebody, and they want to like live through somebody in the sense of somebody that knows what they're going through. Like, you know, most rappers gonna throw on 20 chains. The average person at home don't know what it feels like to do that. So when you step back in their shoes and be like, you know what, like I took a loss, I did this how I overcame it though. Then they like, all right, well, I connected him different. Like, man, he's shining, he on this fly shit, but it's inspiring me to be on that fly shit because he's telling me how he got there. You know what I'm saying? So I really like take my time, not just describing like the wins, but the winner's tape is really based on my losses. My losses made me a winner. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole ideology behind the music. It's just like, you know, we got to understand how we got there. You're going to see my steps and not just see the success. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I learned from Dom, I learned from Nipsey, and Nipsey always told us it's a marathon with anything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it took bro like 10 years to drop his first studio real album. You know what I'm saying? And I really seen bro work his way up, and I knew I couldn't cut, you know, do no shortcuts, and I couldn't cut no corners. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, organically, I wanted to build it the independent way, but I do want to put it on a major level one day, you know, when the time is right. So, yeah.
I think that's really cool. You made a really good point just about like, you know, shit really don't happen overnight. And I think now with us just living in this new era, you know what I'm saying? I'm a 90s baby. So, you know, everything, you know, it's just be crazy to see how the world is like turned out from where it came from, especially like when we was growing up. So you make a really valid point. And, you know, I come across a lot of artists that are just like, okay, so when you gonna play my song? Or how do you, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, it don't work like that. And you just trying to get everybody to like hear your shit. But, you know, it's just like, well, what are we really listening to? And are you really even giving us something that's worth listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like people might feel like it's just a 3-minute song, but I'm like, you just wasted 3 minutes of my life on some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
like even for y'all, it's like, what's next though, bro? Like y'all happy about this one thing, but what's next? Like what are you really talking about? What are we going into? What is the movement leading to? You know, and I don't think a lot of people understand that, because now it's just with social media, we all just see everybody's success. Like, you know, we don't really see when they're crying. We don't see when they at home broke, you know. Nobody want to post that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying is like most of the time it's a false reality. We got to remember that the internet is a fake place. You know, reality, you know, we was out here, you know, before this, like when I first met Dom, you know, I don't even think Instagram was a real thing yet, you know, in like 2012. It was just starting out.
I think we were still on Twitter.
Yeah. It was Twitter. And it was word of mouth, like in LA. So he heard about me was more so like people was coming to him like, hey, yo, this kid Niko, like he dope. Like, And I think that's what made bro like really tap in with me because it was a different like perspective of just like, hey, look at this kid on the internet, he going viral, like, but you don't even know if that kid is solid or not. He could just be trying to go viral, and that's his whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's really like who you are. Like, do your parents like you as a person? Do your like day ones like you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I value more than anything. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hell yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? We rolling with the winners. And, you know what I'm saying? You got this Fly Shit Only campaign and the whole movement. So I kind of just wanted to tap into that, like into your personal life. You know, what is your favorite game to play?
Like like
I mean, it could be like a video game, it could be a card game, it could be a rock, paper, scissors.
My favorite game to probably play on a video game. I don't really play games, but I love 2K. I love playing 2K22.
Oh my gosh, just like any other guy. Oh, 2K.
I love 2K, but I ain't gonna lie. I like this one little Star Wars game, The Return of the Jedi. I beat that last year.
Oh, so you're a nerd.
I'm not a nerd, but I like certain things. Like I like Dragon Ball Z. I like certain things to where like real niggas tapped into anime too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a part of like our culture in a sense because we grew up in them times where them shows was coming on like on Cartoon Network. You know what I'm saying?
But do you like Harry Potter though?
I like Harry Potter. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
I love Harry Potter.
Fan.
Yeah. No, I love Harry Potter. I watched all of them. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn, you watched all of them?
I watched all of them. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
definitely did.
Cool. All right, look, on some fly shit, what's a pair of sneakers that you could definitely wear every day?
Every day? Fresh pair of Forces.
Like white pair, or you like on Black Force activity?
Hell no Black Force. Fresh pair of whites. Fresh pair of whites could last me my whole life. That's my like uniform shoe. Like I could get a fresh pair of whites.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life for sure. Yeah, I'll be straight.
What is the flyest place to go eat? Like if I'm coming to LA, what is the flyest place to go eat? That's not like a mainstream restaurant. I'm talking like mom and pop neighborhood type shit.
Flyest spot to eat, like a real fly spot, like. That's a great question. I really like this place on Fairfax called Isabel. Real fly.
What kind of food do they serve?
They got all types of stuff. Like it's like, you know, they got like steak, like lobster. They got like it's like Mediterranean a little bit too. They got some like Mediterranean type of food.
Is
like,
this some shit that like a normal person can pull it to, or you gotta have a little bag to go up in there?
No, you can pull up. No, it's a cool little spot. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely like something you might like, you know, spend like $100 on the bill at the end. You know what I'm saying? Something like, but I mean, if you want a nice ambiance and you want to have a good time, just enjoy it, have a couple of drinks. Like, nah, it's fly for sure. Yeah.
All right, on some winter shit. If you got a call tomorrow to be on any game show, what game show would you want to go on?
Game show. I don't know. I think I would probably want to go on like one of the classic ones, like
Price is Right, Family Feud,
right, or like Jeopardy or something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go on something classic. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do it for the money too. Jeopardy about the money, so we definitely want to be there.
Niko G4 for 300, Alex. Goddamn.
Yeah, not for sure. Exactly.
Not for real. Well, look, I appreciate you for taking some time to kick back with me. Y'all go and check out the winner's tape if you haven't yet, because it's fire. That's definitely some shit that you can wake up and get ready to go to work in, or get dressed to go out, or if you just chilling at the crib, just having, you know what I'm saying, a kickback, goddamn. You want to twist something up. Very dope. And before you go, you know, I saw you said a quote. I think it was, I don't know if it was in like one of your docuseries or if it was like in an interview. But you were saying life is greater than what you get in return. And I thought that was really, 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 really special that you said that. Because oftentimes, you know, we go into relationships you know, looking for something. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing to make sure that, you know, whatever energy or effort that you're putting into the relationship is being reciprocated. But I kind of wanted you to elaborate a little bit on that. You know, life is greater than what you get in return.
I mean, honestly, it's more so like, because I think a lot of people go in with them expectations and it leads to disappointment every time. So sometimes you just gotta go in, you gotta do, have the best energy you can have, love for everything that you do, but you can't expect them type of people to be on the same type of time as you, but you still gotta have that same aura around you and not change just because you like, oh well, they ain't showing me love, so I ain't gonna show them love. Like, nah, you above it. So, keep your head up and keep going. The love gonna come back around, whether if it's that person that you specifically wanted or from somebody that you've been probably waiting to try to get to that literally took a liking to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's always another option, and I think so many people, like get frustrated, just like, expecting one person or one thing to truly work for them. And sometimes it just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So anything that you do put in a life, like, you just got to understand it's always going to be a constant journey. You know what I'm saying? So always have the best interest, have the best energy possible. Man. Something's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's living proof of that. Like it's plenty of bumps in the road, forks in the road, but trust me, it's always a better outcome on the other side.
That's beautiful. I needed to hear that because sometimes I get in those spaces and I'll be like, damn, why someone email me back or why, whatever. So I appreciate that. Let me get a shout out from you real quick. So my name is Jazzi Black. The show is called The Kickback. Say what's up to Dallas too, because we love you out here for real.
I need to come out there for one. I've never been to Dallas. I love Dallas.
You ain't never been to Dallas?
I love Dallas culture. Like, look, trust me, I'm a kid from the city, but I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. I'm a big just fan of Texas in general. I love Houston. I've been to Houston only like for less than 24 hours, but I ain't really been out there and had a good time either. So I need to
get you out here to Texas. Come down here to the South, baby. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna make sure you good.
No, for sure. I think I'm gonna come out there before the year over. I'm gonna try to make something happen for sure.
Okay, well look, make sure you tap in with your girl. Look, I got a plant shop on the side. I'll be out here. I got a plant shop on the side. So shit, you need some, you know what I'm saying? Some vegetables. I'll be growing tomatoes, cucumbers, all types of shit. So look, we locked in.
No. we organic, man. You already know, man. Everything organic too. You dig? But shout out to Jazzi Black, man. We on the Kickback show on 97.9 The Beat. It's Niko G4, man. That winner's tape out right now. You already know what's happening, man. I love y'all. Tap in with me. NikoG4.com, RWTWS.com. I'll tap in, man. You already know. Roll with the winners. OPM.
You're fly shit only, goddamn me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.